Alex Rathman from Board Game Co. And today you are getting the shortest, most different week in review you've ever gotten. Also, special guest is Mogget, who's kind of hanging out on the couch over there. Are you just going to hang out, or are you going to come join us? Come join us, Mogget, or maybe I should join you. So fun fact, I just filmed a week in review, and then I went to go edit it, and then the audio was not there. I filmed a 20-minute video that was like, the problem is like some videos when you have to refilm a video, there's always different aspects to it, but like I enjoyed the video I just did. It was a fun little conversation. I was talking about the week, some things. There were like fun bits. There were like whatever. Don't get me wrong. Of course, the video with like deleted audio is obviously the best, most charming, funniest video I've ever done. It's not, but it was like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's actually a walk. I went for a 20-minute walk using my new camera microphone that I love, except when it decides not to record audio, which is a thing that it does. But I thought I tested it. So now we're doing this. It'll be shorter because I don't have the energy to do the exact same thing I just did. So we're going to do it slightly differently. Maybe we'll come join Mogget and see how he's doing. Hey Mogget, how's it going? How you doing, buddy? Okay, we're going to do a special week in review hosted by Mogget over here. How you doing? How's it going, bud? Say hi to everyone. Oh, no. Wait, no. Hello. And oh. Say bye to everyone. Yep, you can do that. Go and sniff the camera. Camera's fun. For non-cat people, I know that the cat stuff can always be, oh, it's so dark here. We're gonna go back to where I was. For non-cat people, I know that, throwing your pets into everything can sometimes be less charming, but for the cat people, they want more. I just did an Avalon Rivendell unboxing this past week, and someone's like, I have too much Avalon, not enough cat. They said that because there's plenty of cat, but they wanted more cat. Anyways, so news and week in review. We're gonna dive into a bunch of things. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna have the the games on camera or whatnot the same way I usually do. Again, refilming a video, so less energy. I debated not doing it at all, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it because last week I missed my week in review, and I allow myself. Nowadays, I give myself more grace, so I allow myself to miss videos here and there. But I don't like going 2 weeks without a week in review. 2 weeks in a row, I don't like doing it. I've done it, but I don't like doing it. So, news and week in review. Let's go ahead and dive into it. News, we have a bunch of new games that are coming out. We have Dorfromantik Head-to-Head, a new version of Dorfromantik. We have The Resort from Lacerda Games, from Eagle Griffin Games, Vital Lacerda, giving strong White Lotus vibes. The box cover looks gorgeous. Gameplay, no idea. Do I want to play it? Yes. Is it going to be a Lacerda for me? No idea. I'm being pulled in by the theme because, again, I'm a huge fan of White Lotus, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. This whole conversation around Board Game Geek around this game, but I'm a huge fan of White Lotus in terms of like the general concept of a TV show where rich people do rich people stuff and then all die. They don't actually all die, but like bad things happen. So I love the White Lotus, and I like the White Lotus vibes the Resort's giving off. We have Headlands and Raiders of Scythia Omens from Garfield Games. We have Flickering Stars. Flickering Stars is going to be from Josh Capel and Matt Leacock, put out by Pika Games, the sister company, child company of Fantasia Games. So if you want a flicking game that looks great and supposedly is good, haven't played it yet, check out Flickering Stars. And then we have Shelfie from Brotherwise Games. Shelfie from Brotherwise Games is a new game collecting. This is the problem. My week in review. I want to kind of do it all again, but I don't have the energy to kind of replicate a conversation I already had. I had a whole 5-minute, if not more, like a 7-minute detour talking about Shelfie, the nature of collectible blind boxes, talking about Labubus, Lafufus, all those things. It was a fun little conversation. I don't have the energy to replicate the exact same conversations because my favorite things that I do on the channel are usually when I go off script and it's natural. Sometimes I go off script and it doesn't work out well. Sometimes I'm on script and it's fine. But my off script tangents that flow well, that's probably my favorite thing that I do. I had a great one about, again, blind boxes and Shelfie that I really enjoyed. I was venting about Wingspan. I was talking about Brotherwise Games. Basically, they have a collectible little box situation where you have a small little calyx behind you, and then they have, they should have partnered with Allplay. They should have partnered with Allplay and done little Allplay shelves. Sponsored by Allplay. This video is sponsored by Allplay. You can get these shelves. This is the other side you don't usually see. These are the other side of my Allplay shelves. Something actually, you don't get to see this a lot. But they have like these. Like I don't really show you this angle, but you get nice little corner display shelves. That's a fun little thing that you have going on here, or that I have going on here. So consider this your Allplay segment shoutout. Anyways, going back to Shelfie, I thought Shelfie was a ridiculous concept, but I'm not here to yuck on someone's yum. If you enjoy it, great. The thing I am here to yuck on is blind boxes in general. Although again, if you still like them, by all means. Anyways, my segment that I covered earlier was a lot more nuanced. There was a lot of grace for like, hey, I like a good blind box as much as the next person. I think the blind boxes specifically around Shelfie, I'm not here for that. But if you are amazing, I am not here to rain on your parade. Anyways, I did a whole long conversation around it. I'm not going to do it again. I apologize. It'll be lost to the eternal ravages of time, along with a handful of videos over the years, by the way. It's not the first time I've lost a video or audio. It's just the most recent. Anyways, as far as the videos of the week, again, I'm going a little faster than usual. I'm not going into as much detail. I've done this already. I apologize. We had 20 late pledges. A video going over 20 late pledges. Fun fact, in that video I said, I think I do this video series like 3 times a year. I didn't do it at all. I didn't do it at all last year. I think it's been a year and a half since I've done a late pledge video. I just didn't realize because time flies, apparently. I used to do them like 3 times a year, and I haven't done one in a year and a half, so enjoy your 20 late pledges video. We had Board Games Tag. Speaking of going off script, I really enjoyed my Board Games Tag video. It was a lot of fun. Jenna from Board Game Garden tagged us, so myself and Meg, we did a Board Game Tag video, which is basically where you answer a bunch of questions and then tag the next people. We tagged Carly from Board Game Buzz, Chris from Room and Board, and then Amy Maggie from Thinker Themer. We'll see who does what, we don't know. Again, when you're tagged, it's not an obligation, it's an opportunity for a fun little video. But I really enjoyed the board game tag video. It was just fun banter, random conversations about different, questions. What's your favorite game, most played game, what's a great intro game, things like that. And then who's a content creator you like, all the various things. But yeah, board game tag. So I did that this past week. And then we also had games leaving the collection with the usual roundup of games that I'm keeping, games that are passing through, games that are leaving, all those things, all those various categories in that. As far as the games covered this past week, we had a Wild Berries gameplay video going up on the channel on Saturday. We also had a Sovereign Shogun review going up Saturday. Phalanx has a bunch of outstanding games, so you want to be wary of that. But Sovereign Shogun was one of the best games I've played from Phalanx, so take that as you will as far as which direction you land. Retail. Retail is always a good choice. There's also a One Hit Heroes solo video on Sunday. That was a gameplay. Gameplay and first initial thoughts at the end of it. We also had an Alexandria unboxing going up this week, as well as a Rec review. Rec is the new game in the Roth versus Rec universe. I like Rec and Roth a lot as far as the asymmetric abilities. I don't care for the main gameplay, but the asymmetric abilities are the main thing that I really enjoy. So it's a game system that I don't care for, but abilities that keep the game alive. We had an Echobound review, Echobound Adventures. That was one that I liked it a lot when I first dove into it, and then the more I played it, some of the charm wore off. It's still fun, but I think some of the initial discovery charm wore off the more I played it. That's why reviews are not after 5 minutes of gameplay, or even one play for that matter. But anyways, Echobound Adventures, that was that. We have Hawksfall. Hawksfall is a game, again, I hate this. Every single time I talk about the thing that I'm talking about, I want to replicate the conversation I had because it's the thing I wanted to say, and I just did this half an hour ago. So, I can't. I debated going live with this video, but, who knows. Anyways, Hawksfall. Hawksfall did a gameplay from Tebrew. It is almost certainly my favorite. No, it's not almost. It's certainly my favorite Tebrew system, which is not a surprise. It does seem to be based on Zombicide. I assume it's actually based on Zombicide, like the collaboration Tebrew originally was going to have with Zombicide that never panned out. But yeah, I mean, I still think I prefer tactile games without an app managing it over the app. But this is the first Tebrew one that I want to dive into more and see what they do with this system. Like, see how much the technology allows you to do things you otherwise can't, because it certainly does, but to me it comes with downsides, like where the technology is slowing you down. And then lastly, we had an Avalon the Riven Vale unboxing. Game looks absolutely beautiful. Check it out if you haven't, and I hope to have more coverage for you, but it won't be soon because I really want to dive in. I need to dive into the base game again, but then I'm not going to give you more coverage just on that alone because I need to play more stuff because I already covered the base game when it's a prototype. I usually don't re-review a prototype unless I've played expansions or unless my thoughts have majorly changed, which is always a factor. But that was basically the videos going up this week. Which brings us to the games played. Fun fact: the games played segment. It's usually not like usually I try to focus on specific games because I usually cover like 3 or 4 games I played, and I usually play like 20 plus games a week, if not more. I guess depends if I'm counting unique games. I don't play 20 unique games a week. I play a lot of games. Anyways, the games played segment is usually focusing on things that aren't stuff I constantly talk about, and aren't things that are coming up. So, for example, I am less likely to talk about Castle of Burgundy because I play it all the time, and I'm less likely to talk about what's a game that's coming up for review. I don't even know. Alexandria. You know, we played Alexandria this week for content. I'm less likely to talk about that because you're already going to see a gameplay or a review or something around that. The things I talk about are things that aren't in the regular rotation or the upcoming or active rotation. So in this case, just to give you an example of what that means over here, so for this week, the 3 games I'm talking about are For Northwood. My daughter pulled For Northwood off the shelf and just learnt it and played it, and that caused me. First of all, I'm proud of her for that. She plays a lot of games. She doesn't really like pull off a solo game and be like, I'm gonna learn this myself. I walked up to her and she was like finishing the game, and I was like, wait, did you play this? She's like, yeah, it looked fun. And she played it and enjoyed it, and now we're enjoying the solo game together separately, but like, you know, taking notes like, ooh, we could do that, we could do that. But anyways, since then I played a bunch of For Northwood myself because I haven't played For Northwood in like 5 months, 6 months, something like that. Maybe, I mean, I may have played a game here and there, but I dove back into For Northwood again. I've been playing a lot of Enchanted Ivy, Rolling Deep, and Eureka as my go-to solo games recently, and For Northwood has entered chat again. Anyway, so For Northwood has been getting back into the rotation. There's also Tend, getting a few plays of Tend in. I got 2 plays of Tend in yesterday alone, and I think I want to play it more. Tend's an interesting one for me. When I reviewed the prototype, I gave it, if I recall correctly, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I really like what Tend is trying to do, and then I've constantly felt like I wasn't able to get enough done. Now, there are some changes from the initial prototype to the final game, so that could be a factor too, or I could just be getting better at it, but I feel like I'm getting more done, and I think my opinion of Tend is on the upwards trajectory. We'll see where it lands. This is one that maybe I will re-review at some point. I don't know, because again, when my thoughts change, there's more reason to do so. Maybe I'll play it solo. Oh, maybe I'll play it solo today. That could be fun. Get a solo play in. Maybe I'll actually play like 12 times and do a 12 by 12 review of Tend. That would be funny for a game that is one of my less favorite Ivy Studios games. Anyways, that is Tend. And then lastly, Massive Darkness. I got to play Massive Darkness again, which was both great because I love Massive Darkness, and also sad because it's one of those things that kind of makes me think, like, as much as I enjoyed the experience, do I just want to play Cthulhu Death May Die and Zombicide? Like, maybe I should just play those games, because, like, I don't play enough Cthulhu Death May Die. I don't play enough Zombicide. And those I don't have to read the rules for. Massive Darkness I had to do, like, it was quick, honestly. I skimmed the rules, played some classes I know. I played the Ranger, the Rogue, and then I played it with people. But we played the Ranger, Rogue, and Paladin. I had to teach people, so, like, you know, I was running some basic classes that I know well. But I like Massive Darkness a lot. I just don't think I like it as much as Cthulhu Death May Die as Homicide. We have a 5 out of 5, a 5 out of 5, and a 4.5 out of 5. And for right now, it's safe. For right now, it's safe, but we will see. Anyways, that is basically what happened as far as up to now, which means today. Today I will have a review for you of Sky 5. I'll also have a review for you of, not a review, a gameplay of Alexandria. And then next week is going to be the Gen Con week. We will be doing a Gen Con roundup of things. I'm going to have a most anticipated, I believe on Sunday, Monday, and probably Wednesday or Friday, one of those two. We'll see what happens. I'll see where the week they fall. But I'll be doing 3 Gen Con videos. We'll be doing a Gen Con recommended list, games I've played that I recommend that are at Gen Con, games I want to find out, learn more, play at Gen Con, and then lastly, expansions, Gen Con expansions. 2 of those videos I'll be doing together with Ryan from How I Roll. So subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. I believe we're doing the collaboration thingy, so like you'll see both of us pop up. But that is basically your condensed week in review. Even with all that, still a 12-minute video. The first one was like 24 minutes, whatever it was. It was much longer. I thought this would be like 5 minutes. I debated not doing anything. It is very deflating to like film a video and then have to refilm it. It is part of the process. It doesn't happen often, fortunately. At least it happens less and less often the more used to filming you get and the more aware of the various potential issues you can run into. But it is still something that happens on a semi-regular basis. You know, if you're filming 12 videos a week, it's bound to happen here and there. Fortunately, it does not happen often. Anyways, until next time, I'm Alex Rocker from Board Game Co. I hope you've enjoyed this news and week in review, no matter how it's shot or where it's shot. And as always, I hope you have a good one. I pressed the button and it didn't stop filming. I have a button stick over here. There's like a stick. I'll show you. Okay, so I'm playing with this little camera stick, and there's a button that's supposed to press that's supposed to stop.